Symptoms caused by targeting people parallel those described by the Mayo Clinic's Understanding Brain Injury Family Guide. Feelings of confusion, anger, fear, frustration, and helplessness are understandable. Feeling extreme apprehension resound. This is my definition of fear. Realizing my home had been broken into and set up for future ease of surreptitious access caused fear. Police's unwillingness to classify the criminal activity as more than a, quote, suspicious occurrence created more fear. Sensory disruption caused even more fear. I contacted the Canadian consulate in Colorado. This highly specialized form of targeting was taking place there as well. It is a mass-scale international project. In addition to concentration-impairing sounds with accompanying light waves, as seen in some of my earlier videos, there were images that I suspect were holographically projected. A CBC reporter informed me that projects affecting people's health tend to be approved by province. I hoped changing provinces would mean the end of being targeted. I learned the Fifth Estate, from CBC, revealed Canada's participation in MKUltra decades ago. But they only revealed that decades later. That is a very unfortunate pattern, in Canada and the US at least. It's unfortunate for everyone, not just people who are being targeted, but people who are being forced to be involved in targeting other people. Some men, including in camouflage, were back and forth between my residence and the one facing, where interesting images appeared projected. This happened both in Quebec and Toronto. MKUltra. No one knows exactly when it stopped, if at all, and if so, for how long. But it is apparently a parent project of the targeting people are experiencing today. False flag operations are covert operations designed to deceive the public. They are operations that are made to appear as though they are being carried out by other entities than the ones actually carrying them out. Although government agencies have in history unfortunately engaged in such operations, please note that they are not the only entities to do so. Whether the current perpetrators of international targeting are in fact working for government, or just providing the false impression of such, people look to their governments for reprieve. Let us stand with greater determination, and let us move on in these powerful days. Dr. Martin Luther King. By the end of 2007, I traveled back to the USA, this time to New York in hope of no longer being targeted, but the sensory disruption and other signs of targeting continued. This photo of another image that I suspect to be holographically projected is from January 20th, 2008. Thus I decided to stop relocating as fear had caused me to do. It was time to think anew, and I look forward to doing so with you.
Have you ever been afraid? I mean, intensely afraid. Afraid where you were paralyzed, where you couldn't breathe, where you were very, very anxious. Hello, I'm Dr. Charles McIntyre, and tonight our focus is on fear. The United States has been in many wars, starting with World War I, where I had a number of relatives. It was a great war that in some of the battles 100,000 men were killed in one battle. The intense fear that these men felt when they went into battle was unbelievable. What happened sometimes, they would be there for a month on the front lines, then they would be given 7 days of leave, and then after 7 days they would tell each other, we're going back to die. World War II was a period of intense fear. A depression was going on, and World War II evolved. President Roosevelt said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Perhaps the greatest fighting general of World War II, the greatest combat general of World War II, was General George Patton. He often led his troops right into battle, right in the front lines. How did he deal with the intense fear? General George Patton believed in the afterlife. He believed intensely in an afterlife, and this gave him the courage to go into battle. Because what was the worst that could happen to him, he said? He was going to die, and he believed in an afterlife. What about you? Do you believe in an afterlife? One of the things that will help you to resolve your fears is whatever religion you believe in, whatever you believe. If you believe in an afterlife, if you believe that you can put your hands in your God's hands, put yourself there, then you can help begin to overcome fear. One thing that's happened in our career, in our life, is that we have been flooded with all sorts of stimuli that cause fear and cause anxiety. And tonight, one of the things that I want to focus on is to help you to deal with step number 1, the anxiety. And before you can put yourself in God's hands, whether you're a follower of Jesus, whether you're Jewish, or whether you're Muslim, or whether you're Baha'i, whatever you are, you have to first be able to deal with the anxiety. And one of the ways to deal with that anxiety is to sincerely practice breathing. And the first thing I want you to do is to take a deep breath in your mouth and out your mouth, slowly. Take a second deep breath in through your mouth and out through your mouth. The third thing, another deep breath in through your mouth and out through your mouth. And then finally, take in a deep breath through your mouth, hold it, for the count of 3, and then release it slowly through your nose. This will help you in every circumstance to begin to relax and to dispel the anxiety that you may be feeling.